Well, we are at an Untitled show featuring the works of Katherine Bernhardt, Alfred Jensen, Johanson, Chris Martin, Marcillo, and Judith Scott. It's a nice piece on paper by Chris Johanson. I really like Chris's work, and I covered his show that he had at Deitch about 2.5 years ago. This is a Katherine Bernhardt painting, Untitled, 2010. Now, as I understand it, Katherine went to Africa and got very interested in carpets, and so a lot of this work is dealing with some of the patterns and things he saw. Well, here's our old friend Marcillo. This is called 5017, oil on canvas, 16 by 20 inches. Well, of course, Chris Martin is a pretty good friend, and I'm a big fan of Alfred Jensen. But this is a piece by Judith Scott, who is someone that I've admired for a long time, and she's kind of considered an outsider artist. And as I understand it, she died, I guess, about 4 or 5 years ago. And I think it's really great that you've got some of these top-line abstract New York painters that are paying attention to her, putting her in the shows. There's got to be a Chris Martin painting. It's titled "Wounded Hero Returns to the City" for Paul Peck. Oiled cardboard and collage on canvas. Got some more Marcillos. This is 5023, 3710, and 5165, and I was just in LA and saw Andrew's exhibition at Daniel Weinberg. Okay, this is why I came here. This is Alfred Jensen, maybe what I consider one of the greatest and least known painters of the late 20th century. This is titled "There Came into Being Clairvoyance, Per 1, Divination, Per 2. This is 1959, so this is one of his very early diagrammatic paintings. And I had the privilege of being in an exhibition and hanging right next to a couple of Alfred Jensen pieces last month at the Eric Firestone Gallery. I think one of the great things about Alfred Jensen is that although these works look like they're totally abstract, he actually had systems and different kinds of mathematical and calendrical ideas that he was working with on these. Some of this pigment is looking pretty crackly, but some of it, like this cadmium red, is holding up really well. This is another Judith Scott piece. Untitled, from 1995. All of her pieces are So they wrapped with yarn and rags, and string, wire. This looks like she's just got a bundle of branches underneath there. To be titled. Acrylic on canvas. I saw some of Katherine's work at a show she had in Canada about 7 or 8 months ago. This is Untitled. 2004, synthetic and natural yarn, wire, and found object. This is nice because most of her work is sculptural, but this really kind of fits into the painting category. This is a work on plywood by Chris Johanson. Untitled. Acrylic on wood, 60 by 46 inches. And I know that when Chris had his show at Dutch that he asked people to bring in all their wood, and he basically built a whole environment out of recycled wood. It's got some nice color things going on. Some more Judith Scott. She's got, looks like nylon stockings in there, which make me think of Bruce Conner, the great California funk artist. Oh. Boy, this is cherry. It's titled Tattoo. Alfred Jensen from 1958. Now these checkerboard patterns are almost one of his signature elements. Oh, this is a beauty. Here's another Chris Johanson, Untitled. Acrylic on wood. Oh, that's great. We got this kind of volcanic blobs of paint in the center. So this is an Untitled painting show here at Mitchell, INNES, and Nash, featuring work by Katherine Bernhardt, Alfred Jensen, Chris Johanson, Chris Martin, Andrew Marcillo, and Judith Scott. Thanks, Kate.